Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which means it is time yet again for one of our weekly viewer specials. If you are new to the channel or series, and this is your first time watching, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. Second of all, let me give you a rundown of what we do here every Monday. We showcase replays from you all, the viewers, to not only get a glimpse at some decks or strategies I might not have thought of or have the time to explore, but also cheer each other on as a community, all in good fun. So if you're interested in getting in for the viewer special, you're going to want to head down to the description below. There's going to be an invite link in our Discord server, the Hexlexplex, under the Master Duel section called Viewer Special Submissions. There you can drop your 9-digit player ID, so that way I can see your publicly saved replays. And as always, make sure that ID is entered correctly and those replays are set to public. And also, if there's a specific game you want me to watch, make sure that you are leaving your opponent's name, the date and time, or a screenshot, just something where I know that's what you want me to see. So that's pretty much how we do it. Without further ado, let's get right on into some of your games. Okay, our first duel comes to us from Mike Mapleton, aka Daymaker Bagel, over on the Discord server, who's got definitely one of the more interesting brews I've ever seen. So we are playing a deck that is Cool Tune, Malice, Dracotale, Sky Striker, K9. I think I got all the different archetypes that are in here. Just a complete mashup of all these different decks, and all in 40 cards as well. That's pretty awesome. I'm actually really eager to see how this ends up playing out. Now, our opponent looks like they're on a pretty standard-looking Millennium Exodia deck, just jamming a ton of hand traps with the ability to turbo out the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. So we're going to be going second here as well, meaning we'll likely have to play through like the Exodia spell Trap Negate. What is it? Exod, Fires of Rage, I think is the trap card that board wipes that Exodia sets during the end phase. Okay, so we got Phimena, as well as Lupus, and then we have Malice White Rabbit to start Malice plays, potentially. Okay, so they're going to go Shield of the Millennium Dynasty, use that to summon, and then also add the Millennium Ankh. Here is that Millennium Ankh, revealing left arm from the hand, and the rest of the limbs from the deck. And there it is, the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. So as they go to end the main phase, we're going to fire off the Phimena. We get to fuse Orgola with the Lupus in hand, and now we can make the Arthelian. So now we have the ability to actually bounce this Exodia, which is really, really nice, because Exodia can't be destroyed by card effects, so bouncing is going to be one of the few ways we could get rid of it. Of course, even without Arthelian, we could have potentially used the Dracotale Horn here as well. Okay, so they're going to use Ghost Spell against our Lupus. That's actually totally fine here. Because it's not like we were going to make a rank 5 anyway. I guess we could have technically Tribute Summoned Phimena. Oh, and there's Izana right there. Okay, we're going to go for a normal summon White Rabbit. Our opponent's going to chain Contact C. And of course, we get to then fire off the Izana. So with Contact C, we have to use it as a material for the next summon that we do from the extra deck. Which I don't think will be that difficult, right? Because we play stuff like IP Masquerena, so looks like we're going to link off the Dracotale Arthelian with the Contact C, and we're making Sky Striker Ace Camellia. We're going to activate Camelia's effect to dump Ray, and then we can overlay Lupus plus Izana to make a rank 5. That's going to be the Ripper. Keep in mind, we still have Malice plays here too, by the way. Okay, they're going to Dominus Purge the Ripper, so we can't search off of that. But we are going to link Camellia plus White Rabbit into the White Binder. Wow. That's kind of awesome. That's more than kind of awesome. That's really cool. We're like very seamlessly weaving between these engines, by the way. You would think a deck like this would be really clunky, but it's really not at all. Really, we just needed that one Dracotale monster to accompany Phimena, and that's only really because we opened Phimena. If you opened other engines, you wouldn't even need to open Dracotale cards too. Yep, sure enough, now we're going to start doing Malice stuff. TB11 banishes the White Binder. White Binder gets to revive and then draw. We're also summoning the Dormouse from our deck. We're then going to link away the White Rabbit into the Link Decoder. And then we're going to flip up the MTP. Now we can banish Dormouse to add March Hare. Dormouse is going to come back by its effect. And because we control the White Binder, we even get to banish their Millennium Shield as well. Now Malice F's going to banish the Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat gets to summon here, and then we're going to use her effect to banish the March Hare and draw 2. Of course, March Hare gets to revive off her own effect. And now we're going to link Decoder plus Chessy Cat plus Dormouse into, is this Heart's Cryptor? Sure enough, this is Malice Q Heart's Cryptor. Link Decoder revives. We're going to link off the Decoder with the Heart's Cryptor, and that'll let us make the Firewall. No, the access code talker. I just saw the link for and the arrows, and I assumed it was Firewall Dragon. We're going to summon March Hare by banishing Heart's Cryptor. This is definitely just us showing off, but I think that's totally fine for a build like this. And there we have it. We were able to finish them off through the Malice access code OTK line. Bearing in mind, though, that we did not only Arthelion on their turn 1 to make some turn 0 plays of our own, but on top of that, we were actually going for a Canine combo there, too. It really only didn't manifest because our opponent had Dominus Purge. So we had the capability to go, again, just full Canine plays there too, but oh no, we got hit with a hand trap. Oh, I guess I'll just do a full Malice combo instead. That was really cool. I love this jamming every archetype ever, obviously not literally, into 40 cards, and it actually working very, very well too. No overlaying locks either. Like, none of these archetypes, or at least the cards that we're using from them, have anything that's locking us into only being able to do that one thing. I think this is really cool. This, to me, is like the epitome of creativity in Yu-Gi-Oh! I love it. Thank you very much, Mike. But of course, we have some other games to watch. Let's go into the next one. All right, our next game comes to us from Toadette, who's actually got a game from Rating Duels, which is really cool. I think it's going to be this one. Oh, right. So Rating Duels are kind of like Duelist Cups, where you can't actually see deck lists, but we are going to be on RB, and our opponent's going to be on Sky Striker. So I'm eager to see how this one plays out, because we watched RB Duel Lives a couple of weeks ago, I think now, and ever since then I've really been kind of just more aware of what RB can do. I haven't really run into it much on ladder lately, though. Looks like we are also on a Sky Striker engine ourselves. Opponent's going to lead with Hornet Drones, activating to get the token, and we're going to fire off the Maxi in response. Now they're going to triple tactics talent, look at our hand, and it looks like they're going to take away our engage. Makes sense given what we have. They're going to normal summon Ray, set one, and then pass. Okay. We top deck RB Lambda Cannon. They're going to go draw phase Ray into the Ace 0. They're going to use Ace 0 effect to search, but we're going to chain Ash Blossom. It's kind of an interesting decision on the opponent's part. I wonder what their face down card and card in hand is, because if they're trying to search a spell, I feel like that must mean they're really trying to like find a follow-up play, which means they might not have that in their hand or face down. Otherwise, I think you would always want to save the 0 effect to destroy a card here. But anyway, we can go Cyanos plus Rose into Camellia, and then we can go into Kagari to add the Hornet Drones that got dumped. Now we can activate Hornet Drones, and then we can link off the Kagari in order to make the Kaina. Kaina's effect gets to activate, so the Ace 0 won't be able to battle, and then we're going to link away the token in order to make Hayate. It's going through all the Sky Striker aces here, loading up our graveyard. Now Hayate plus Kagari are going to make the RB Vulcan Booster. So it's of course one of the reasons why Sky Striker is used with RB. Ooh, got hit by the Droll and Lockbird there. But yeah, of course one of the reasons to use RB, or a Sky Striker engine in RB rather, is to have access to 2 machine monsters, which is all it takes to go into your RB combo line. Now here we're going to make the Shepherd's Crook, which does set directly from deck, so it gets around that Droll and Lockbird. Battling over their token, where they're going to link away the Rose during main phase 2, and that's going to go into the Amatsu. Alright, so we're passing with a couple of counter traps, or at least one of the counter traps face down. So that's only on monster effects, though. And this one summons from deck. Okay, so we don't have a way to negate spell and trap cards just yet. But yeah, I was going to say, with the trap card here, we can get the GA10 Cutter. So that can negate and destroy, I believe, yeah, spell and trap cards. So so we're saving our counter trap here from the top deck Feather Duster. Opponent's going to chain, or not chain, but then activate Linkage. Hayate is going to battle into the Shepherd's Crook, but we have the RB next phase, which our opponent should have seen us set, but at the same time, like, what were they really going to do here, right? Looks like that top deck Feather Duster would have actually come in handy for them, were it not for us going for the GA10 cutter, of course. Okay, so Rose gets to revive. Their Ray gets to revive as well. Now they're going to link Ray into Kagari. Do they have Engage in the graveyard? I don't remember. They don't, but they do have Hornet Drones. And then they can go... excuse me. They can go Hornet Drones for the token and then make an Ace-0. And then search Engage is probably what they're about to do here. No, they're going to make Zeke. Okay. That's... oh, because we have a Matsu. Yeah, that's right. Duh. If they were to try to go for Ace-0, we would just chain a Matsu and then they wouldn't get the search anyway. So they're going to go for Shizuku and pick up Engage during the end phase. Okay. Alright, so we're going into our next turn here. We've got the Vulcan Rocket as well as the field spell Funk Dock here. We're going to use that to add Stage Landing. Now we can go RB Stage Landing in order to summon out the Brute Blues from our extra deck. Brute Blues gets to add a card from deck to hand. It's going to be another Stage Landing, which we are going to activate, this time summoning out the Lambda Blade from our deck. Lambda Blade effect gets to send away the drill thing? I don't remember what it's called. GA10 Driller, okay. And then we're going to tribute summon the Vulcan Rocket. Interesting. So now, not only do they get to revive their Ray, but we yet again get to revive the Rose as well. Because, of course, we're in a Sky Striker mirror match here. Now, Brute Blues gets to battle over the Ray. We're going to swing in with the Rose as well as the Lambda Rocket. Main phase 2, we're going to link off Brute Blues plus Vulcan Rocket in order to make a Vulcan booster. Looks a little bit weird, but this lets us get even more spell cards like with our Funk Dock. Now we can use the Vulcan booster effect to revive the Lambda Cannon, and then Lambda Cannon can add back the GA10 Cutter. Now we're going to link Vulcan booster plus Rose into another Shepherd's Crook. And we can special summon the Cutter, as well as reset the next phase. So now we can negate a monster effect and a spell trap effect, and we have the Lambda Blade and the Blaster and the Amatsu as well as a follow-up Funk Dock for even more plays. Just out-grinding, out-controlling the Sky Striker deck is not very easy to do, but here with RB, we had this game on lockdown. Good stuff. Love to see it. Thank you very much, Toadette. We have time for one more replay, so let's finish off with that one. And our final game comes to us from King DJ76, aka GJ Grapes, over on the Discord server. So we got a pretty interesting list here. I think it's this game? Yeah. So for our list, we are going to be on a Primite iteration of Live Twin. Might seem like a little bit odd combination there, but remember that White Destin being a Light Fiend does slot in pretty naturally. We've also got a Cyframe engine here with the multiple drivers. I wonder if this is in case we like banish off of one and we want to use another. It's interesting. I've never seen multiple drivers in a list before, but I guess if you're playing Primite, that would make a little bit more sense, right? All right, let's take a look and see at what our opponent is going to be on here. I think this is a dual triangle game, which is why that ban list thing in message keeps coming up. Looks like they're going to be on a 60-card hero deck. Yeah, this is dual triangle, because take a look. Our elemental hero opponent's on an all-fusion fusion deck. It also just says it right here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players in reading, you know? Can't be bothered. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right on into this game. And I'm eager to see if we like start with Primite stuff and how that incorporates into our plays. Okay, we got Leela and Leela Treat, as well as Droll Bell and Fua. Now they're going for the E emergency call. They're going to add Miracle Ejector, but we're not going to Droll them. Instead, we're going to fire off the Fualos, because it looks like we'd rather have access to more cards, which I definitely agree with here for sure. We're definitely looking for like an extender or another starter to help us out. Unfortunately, they do have an Ash Blossom here, so our Foolist does not get to resolve, but we can draw them on the next search, which is going to be right now actually. They're going to use Miracle Ejector to add EN Shuffle, and now we can fire off the Droll and Lockbird. And really, we didn't lose out on that much here, or I guess enable them to have that much here in the grand scheme of things, just this EN Shuffle. They're gonna go for Spirit of Neos to then summon Neos from the deck. Also, what is what is this card they activated? EN Wave. If your elemental hero monster is using material for a fusion summon to the graveyard or banished, summon Neos, Space Marine, or Neos from your deck. Neos you control in your graveyard or shuffle into your deck or extra deck. You special summon an elemental hero monster from the graveyard. Okay, so nothing we have to worry about for our turn. And here we find the Leela Wrap. Very funny card. That's really easy to forget. It's like technically part of the Live Twin archetype. So once returned, if you special summon a monster from the graveyard, you can make your opponent lose 1,000 life points, and if they do, you gain 500 life points. So we're going to go for the Live Twin Leela, summoning out the Kissekeel. Now we can link away Kissekeel in order to make the Kissekeel Deal. Kissekeel Deal is going to let us special summon the Leela Treat from hand, while also enabling us to send the Leela Sweet to the graveyard. Leela Sweet gets to revive, and Leela Wrap will then get to burn. So now we're going to go Deal plus Leela into the Evil Twin Kissekeel. Kissekeel F is going to activate, letting us draw a card, but then we're going to get hit with the Droll and Lockbird. That's definitely much better for us, though, than it is for our opponent, because Twins, Live/Evil Twin deck, pretty famously can actually push right through a Droll and Lockbird, and it doesn't affect them at all. Like, if we got Drolled, like, if we had to search off of, like, Sunny Snitch or something for the, Leela, the only thing we'd be missing out on at this point is the draw from Kissekeel, which obviously doesn't really affect our combo line. Now we're pivoting over into the Fiendsmith side of the engine, getting to revive the Engraver here, equipping the Requiem. Now we get to activate Engraver's effect to send away the Neos. And at this point, we just gotta get to... Oh, I was about to say 8k damage, but actually only 7k, thanks to the Leela Wrap. And it looks like we've got that here. We're gonna swing in with the Engraver, swing in with the Trouble Sunny. Now we can go Trouble Sunny F and tag out into the Evil Twins, Kissekeel, and Leela, which our opponent was at 1900, and their total damage adds up to 2200, meaning that the Leela Wrap was actually able to help us secure the W there. That's really cool. Love to see it. All right, thank you very much, not only King DJ, but also everybody who submitted for this week. I really, really do appreciate it. Even if you didn't get featured, there's always the next week and every other week after that, because like I said, we do this every Monday. But moreover, even if, again, you didn't get featured but still submitted, we couldn't do the viewer special if nobody submitted. So your submissions are always important. I really appreciate you taking your time out to submit. I really, really do, honestly. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign off now, moving on to the outro so that we can thank our YouTube members and Patreon subscribers for their extra generous support. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.